Hey guys, first Guardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a triple plasma Techmarine build for Space Marine 2 patch 13 using the brand new heroic plasma pistol. Now, the Techmarine is in a pretty strong spot at the moment, really ever since they buffed up his team perk Battlefield Repairs to give you an additional armor back. He is a pretty damn strong class in the game. You have a ton of AoE damage, and also the Plasma Incinerator in this patch got a buff to the body shot damage and charge speed, and feels way better now. So for that reason, we're going to be building around that today. Now, first up, we take the rate of fire variant here. Now, I will say, as of this patch, the Plasma Incinerator on other variants, like the firepower, venting speed, or like ammo capacity one, these are all usable. We are not taking those today, mainly because we are using the heroic plasma pistol, and this one only fires charge shots. So unlike the rate of fire plasma, you are not able to use your secondary for CHP regen reliably at all. So for that reason, you definitely want to have a faster rate of fire on this to charge up your shots, because this is a huge portion of your CHP. Now, for the perk tree on this, I would take the perk Blast Radius first. Damage radius of a charge shot increases by 10%. Moving here into the perk Rampage, after killing 7 enemies in rapid succession, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This is a nice perk to have because it does help you hit breakpoints occasionally against some Majorists in the game. The big issue with the Techmarine is that you do not triple shot a Majorist Tyranid Warrior in base, unlike the plasma boost on tactical. But that being said, the common shots on this gun now, they can help you whittle down enemies that are pretty low far more than they did before, and also their CHP recovery is a lot better, so it's not as bad as it used to be. Just keep in mind, you will not be damage nuking guys in 3 charge shots. That's some particular setups. Next perk here is Efficient Charge. The charge shots from this plasma weapon use 2 less energy. You definitely want perks like Efficient Charge on the Techmarine, because Techmarine has no ammo regen in this game, unlike Tactical, and Tactical kind of just circumvent any ammo issues of this perk alone, on the Plasma Incinerator especially. So on Techmarine, definitely pick up all of these options. Next perk here is Charge Speed. Projectile speed of charge shots increases by 25%. Moving here into the perk Blast Radius, up here into the perk Common Speed, because the projectile speed of common shots is actually pretty useful now, since they do recover you a pretty decent amount of CHP by comparison to before. And the next perk here is Adamant Restoration. When your health drops below 30%, your ammo reserve is restored by 25% of the maximum capacity, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, I'll be honest, guys, when you are playing the Techmarine, if you want to skip over this perk and go down here for Adamant Velocity or a perk like Perfect Radius, you can definitely do that. Retaliation is nice to have, so I do like picking this up, but if you drop below 30% HP on Techmarine, guys, I'll be real, you're probably going to die, because this class has very little in the way of health damage reduction. You actually have the lowest HP total in the entire game, aside from the Sniper, but Sniper has perks like Conviction to circumvent that, and you only have armor and range damage reduction, so when that armor breaks, you're kind of cooked. So just be a little careful with that one. Next perk here is Fast Venting, down here into the perk Perpetual Velocity for faster charge shot, and the final perk is Efficient Charge, again into Home Precision. Now, this is a super underrated perk on the Plasma Incinerator. This will make your maximum spread decrease by 50% when firing without aiming. This makes you way more accurate on the hip fire, and hip firing the Plasma Incinerator is really nice at close range, so I do really enjoy this perk. And you're not giving up a ton for this anyways, because perks like Great Might, perks up here like Common Cooling, they don't matter too much, and these 2 perks here like Common Efficiency and the shot down here, or the perk down here, Balance Cooling, they just kind of suck, so I'll just skip over those. That's pretty much all there is for the Plasma Incinerator. Now, for the secondary weapon here, we have the brand new heroic plasma pistol. This one can one-shot Majoris. It can do ridiculous damage on tactical especially, but even here, it is a very powerful AoE tool, and there are a couple ways to build this thing, because our heroic perk effect is called Overcharged Plasma Coils. You will only fire charge shots with increased damage, but charge time is longer. Now, this one makes it so you have a 5 business day charge up speed, but once you fire off one shot, you will overheat immediately. Now, the way you can circumvent that is by taking the perk over here, Charge Cooling. This will leave you at 90% overheat instead, which is going to allow you to shoot a second shot. But like I said before, it says a 5 business day charge up speed, and because of that, getting a second shot off is not very practical, especially on a class as squishy as Techmarine, but if you do set it up properly, you can put out a truly ludicrous amount of damage. Now, the way I'm building it today is going up here with Plasma Collection into the perk over here, Rapid Cooling, and then we go over here into the perk Plasma Collection again, because this weapon actually has a higher base magazine capacity than most of the other relic tier options. The only one that actually goes higher than this is the magazine capacity version, so these percentage increases are a little bit more valuable for you, so pretty nice there. And next perk here is Blast Radius for a 10% increased radius on our charge shot, because your charge shot on this one hitting more enemies is super damn useful, so you definitely like this perk. Next perk here is Perpetual Velocity for a faster shot charge speed. Like I said before, this one already makes you take forever even with the perk active, so charging up your weapon here, any reduction to that you definitely want. Next perk here is Plasma Collection again, moving here into the perk of Blast Radius again, and then we go over into the perk Retaliation for 25% more damage for 10 seconds on a perfect time dodge, and the final perk is Divine Might, which you could just like, you know, skip over here and take the exact same perk over here if you want to, for like a funny meme time, I guess. But the point is, this is the damage setup, and then alternatively you could go up here just for like charge cooling, and then either take your last perk point for Plasma Collection or Divine Might, and that is up to you, and that's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now, for the Omniscion Axe, now I know in my other Techmarine guide I did put out an Argent Edge build, but a lot of you guys love the Power Axe, you love the Xenophase Blade, and you love the Omniscion Axe, so we're going to show an Omniscion Axe build here today. Now, what variant of the Omniscion Axe is the best? Well, that would be the balanced version. I've seen a lot of people say they like the heroic one. Guys, the heroic one here, this is probably the worst heroic in the entire game currently. The heroic perk effect is called Word of the Omnissiah. The attack after Omniscion Rush, it deals increased damage based on the duration of the rush. You actually get like equivalent, if not better, damage on a balanced version for this anyways, and the balanced variant has a 19 strength, 7 speed, and 13 cleaving potential, which does allow you to hit breakpoints to one-shot Majoris off a single combo of like a parry into your overcharge, so really good option here. And also on the Techmarine in general, you want gun strikes so you can actually set up your weapon in the first place, and because of that, the balanced parry window here is really nice to have, because that still allows you to have all of that damage and gun strikes, unlike the block version here. Now, for the perk tree, I do just build it the same way as last patch, because I do think this is the overall best way to set up your Omniscion Axe currently, at least for the balanced version. So number one, we take the perk Perpetual Strength, moving here into the perk Armor Siphon, killing a foe with the Omniscion Strike restores an armor segment, the cooldown is 60 seconds, and then I pick up the perk here Perpetual Strength again into the perk Static Charge. Now, this one says each foe hit during Omniscion Rush increases damage of 10% within 40 seconds, not 40 seconds, 4 seconds here. The description here is a little bugged, but the point is you get more damage during your Omniscion Rush. And then we go into the very strong perk here, which is Iron Rush. Incoming range damage is reduced by 50% while using the Omniscion Rush attack. Now, the Omniscion Rush is actually ever so slightly faster than like a normal run, so because of that, having a 50% range damage reduction on the gap close is super useful against Chaos. You can kind of like rush around, just like dodge enemy shots, and the ones that do like snag you, you'll take way less damage on. And also, you have a ton of other options for range damage reduction here, like scramble targeting anyways, so really good for him to like stack up on top of other stuff. Next perk here is Armored Strength, down here into the perk Perpetual Strength again, and then we pick up the perk here Energize. While charging or releasing electric discharge, you do not destroy from the hits and cannot be knocked back. This one is pretty good. It's one of the only sources of no knockback on the Techmarine in general, though I will say we do have an executable salvo on this build, so you'll still have no knockback if you don't want to take this, but you're always going to take this because this leads you into the perks that really matter, which are Rapid Charge. Electric Discharge charges 40% faster, and the most important perk, which is Mighty Blast. Power Discharge releases 2 shockwaves. Now, Mighty Blast is what allows you to one combo the Majoris in this game on a single charge, because otherwise you will have to charge up your weapon all over again for another one. The second hit will do just enough to like one-shot Tyranid Warriors and stuff like that, so definitely pick this up. This is the best combo for the Omniscion Axe, and like the only other variant I would really take for like a different setup, like the block one, but even here, you still want this because Mighty Blast is just so much better than the perk up here Explosive Strike, and for that reason we do prefer it on this build. And that's pretty much all there is for the Omniscion Axe. And now for the perk tree, we are going for the triple plasma build, so of course we do take the perk down here, Plasma Enhancement. The servo gun now fires exploding plasma projectiles at enemies. You pretty much always take this perk with the perk over here, Omnisci's Fury. Servo gun shots at enemies on fire. Now, the burn effect did get like a 20% reduction in damage against bosses, and guess what? it still cooks bosses, especially if you have tactical on your team for Auspex, because burn damage in this game is just that ridiculous. And against Hordes, which like this will be hitting all the time anyways, it is still very strong, so definitely pick this up. Next perk here is Arc Cleave. Damage from charged melee attacks increases by 20%. This is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase to your discharge attack on your Omniscient Axe. This functions the exact same way as Overcharge on the Assault class here, so just keep that in mind. It is just like a slightly different perk description for whatever reason. Next perk here is a Long Range Barrage. Range damage at ranges greater than 20 meters increases by 25%. This is a nice range damage buff, especially for your Plasma Incinerator, because this gun actually hits like a truck sometimes if you do stack it up on top of that. And this will also benefit your Heroic Plasma that pretty much always hits like a truck anyways. Next perk here is Battlefield Repairs. Team members restore 1 additional armor segment for finishers on Majoris or Extremis enemies. This is still the best team perk for Techmarine in patch 13. Additional armor in this game is just super strong as an effect, especially the range damage reduction, because range damage reduction effects, these do affect your armor, not just your HP, and unfortunately the Techmarine has nothing in the way of HP damage reduction, so definitely helpful here. Next perk here is an extra salvo. While the servo gun is active, you don't lose 12 heavy hits and you cannot be knocked back. This effect lasts 15 seconds after deactivation. Being able to have no knockback active for 15 seconds is super nice, because even on the Plasma Incinerator here or the Plasma Servo Gun, all you have to do is just like turn it on for 1 second and then turn it off again, and because of that, after one shot you have a 15-second lingering effect, and usually you'll be using this in a Horde anyways, so no knockback here, pretty nice. Next perk here is Replenishing Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the Servo Gun restores an equipment charge. The cooldown is 75 seconds. A 75-second cooldown on Melt-A-Bomb, Pyroblast canister, and stuff like that. Super strong effect, really powerful option still in the game, and even though Augmented Tarantula is also very good, I just prefer this one because equipment is that strong. Next perk here is Fortifying Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this is really easy to pull off. All you have to do is just like shoot a Hormigaunt in the face with the plasma gun, and usually something in this game will die to your plasma enhancement at some point. So having this on a 30-second cooldown, super easy to do over and over again. Final perk is Omniscient's Fury, for the obvious reason of burn being OP with plasma, and that's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now, for our prestige perk options, we do have the luxury of skipping over chained headshots because we have no headshot damage on this build, and the next perk we take instead is Unflinching Focus. You are invulnerable to damage while activating trenchless sentry guns. If you are trying to use a sentry gun ever, which is every single Techmarine build in the entire game, you just take this perk, so it's pretty much mandatory. Next perk here is Stim Boost. Medicaid stims restore 40% more HP. Into the perk over here, Defensive Stance. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 20% less damage from range attacks. This perk is super underrated, guys. Like, Scramble Targeting is a very powerful perk effect in the game. It's like the exact same perk as this. Though I will say, if you want more blast radius on your equipment, you could take this one, and I would pretty much always skip over Volatile Sentry because this one is way too unpredictable, and also a 1000% damage increase here. That still only comes down to like one-shotting Majoris, is like not super useful, and like half the time the Tyranid snipers shoot your sentry gun anyways. Next perk here is Furious Gunstrike. After using a Gunstrike, melee damage increases by 25% for 5 seconds. This is really easy to pull off in the middle of an Omniscient Axe combo to have it trigger on your discharge attack, so a really good synergy there, and that's pretty much all there is for the prestige perk option. And that is pretty much all there is for the triple plasma build here. There are a couple other ways you could set this up. You could take things like a Power Axe, a Xenophase Blade, or an Argent Edge again, and then like build for stuff like Methodical Destruction in your perk tree. That will help you out for like breakpoints at times with the Plasma Incinerator, but for the most part, I do think this is the best setup overall. And the Omniscient Axe, especially in the operations and hard strats, this thing is very strong, and hopefully this build guide helped you. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just coming out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
This tarantula is still battle-worthy. 1 minute, 1 minute. 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 1
Have you tried the tactical plasma pistol build and for patch 13 and one-shots resource and annihilates bosses? Yep. I already have a build guide for it. So I might make another one for like a double shot version. But
what is your status, Talassa?
That one's better for plasma boost.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep. Phaedrus, your last message was interrupted. Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting.
Alright, let's go to you.
We lost Vox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status? We have no word from Phaedrus.
Alright, I'm using this close shots, it's very awkward.
Our objective is to secure the cyclonic.
I gotta say, I love plasma these days. Alright. Here's my answer to this. Bang.
Battle plan updated, Heraton. Servo gun is fully operational. Ready to advance. Raptor inbound. It's a burrowing hole. My servo gun is coming. Raptor combat effectiveness 0.
No relic. Tragic. Terminators can wield thunder hammers in one hand, so what if you made a bigger thunder hammer? You might be onto something. But you know how the Imperium gets. The Imperium doesn't like having anything outside its regulations. Usually. Bang.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting.
Alright, well, it's a tad bit disappointing.
As are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the ordnance depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos group.
I would say Techmarine looks so much cooler now in the Iron Hands get up, because like I was already running an Iron, what do you call him? Iron Father. I was already running one before this. They're trying to run away.
Living gun battery destroyed.
Iron Hands surely has run 5 fans now. Listen, guys, I know that Jeff and I, like a year ago, put Iron Hands on a bottom tier list for like factions, or chapters, but I still like them. You know, I think the idea of like a bunch of tech guys is pretty cool. Like the issue is in 40k, it's not that like some of the lamer chapters are that lame. It's that they pretty much just have them do nothing. That's my problem. Excuse me. Iron Hands Champion's the best skin yet. So peak. Man, I don't know if I'd say it's the best. It's pretty good. It's also nice to see another chapter pack finally. We haven't had a chapter pack since year 1, so we got a lot of value out of this one. I was just thinking as I loaded into this game that like, wow, I can't believe like how much fun Space Marine 2 is now compared to when it launched.
Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talassa, you are near the reactor cooling hall. Report on his all squads. We have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa.
Issue is people base legions on the Primarchs, and the Primarch is mid. People don't like it. That's pretty fair.
And the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time.
Well, you know, a lot of times in 40k lore, the only popular part of 40k is the Primarch or like Space Marine section in a lot of cases, or Imperial Guardsmen. I would say more so Imperium as a whole. Even the Chaos and parts of the Imperium, like the Heretic Legions, they kind of overshadow all the other aspects of the lore.
Emergency blast shield for targeting.
Bag. That was could definitely be better.
Talassa, I need
Perish.
you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate
Nail
fire
them.
on the exposed cooling rods.
Bang.
Practical. Open fire on exposed plasma rods.
I forgot we were on hard stratagems for a second. If you're not battle brothers who are not with me, I will kill them all.
Subterranean Xenos beast purged. Attention, spore mines detected. Activating Tarantula Sentry Gun. Formidable tyranny organism terminated. Utilizing anti-armor explosives. Gun striker ready to deploy. Servo gun engaged. Monstrous Xenos eradicated.
I covered right through them all.
Tyranny is dispersed. You honor your
There was a common shot buff. Now, we unfortunately missed the charge shot there, but, or in there. Oh, in there. But, we'll miss this one.
large Tyranid organism destroyed.
I mean, I guess we'll just activate this just in case. God, Techmarine, you know, I have to say, the Techmarine, it feels like Techmarine was very obviously a post-launch class in the sense that he has way more... Like, whenever I make a build guide for Techmarine, it always takes me like 5 minutes more to explain something about him, because it's just a more complicated class. So... I'm curious to see how the other classes will go, like, as they upgrade them. Because it feels like they're trying to, like, catch up a lot of the classes in this game to the Techmarine. Because, like, at the moment, he is by far the most in-depth class in Space Marine 2, in my opinion.
Refreshing armaments.
This in terms of, like, perk variety and, like, weapons, how he interacts with the game.
registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Titalatta. You will need to repeat the same process at the secondary. Access granted to the bridge console.
Oh, where'd the rat gonna go? Something I should have mentioned in the build guide is that for whoever is like watching this far into the video, you can use your servo gun to get your CHP back while you're charging up your plasma shot and your plasma pistol here, which is quite useful. All right, let's go. Oh, what's that one going? Whatever. Kobe. Oh, come on. What a waste of HP. The thing about Minoros is they don't really give you very much CHP in this game. I'm not sure, like, what do these actually count as for damage, the Bramble guys? I don't think I've ever checked.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
I aim? Jesus. Maybe I should ADS, huh? I know home precision is pretty good, but it's like it's mostly a point blank thing. Or like, you know, a very, like, 20-meter range thing. Alright.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
This boss should be a sim. Or not. Alright, we are going to go grab ammo. So like on a hard strat with coordinated calls, summoner, and tsunami, we really do need that.
Refreshing armaments. Xenos organic matter rots under our boot heels.
Now this is where the perk adamant velocity that gives you 25%, I think, faster charge rate on your plasma shots below 30% HP will actually come in handy pretty well. Because the thing about Techmarine is you don't usually lose your HP, but when you do, you lose damn near all of it. Because we are well within one-shot territory right now on this class.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heritor? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly. These corridors bear the scars of war, but we have heard nothing from our brother. Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault. With the heat increase, the Xenos will likely be drawn to us now. This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not break the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Pretty sure my shot got sent off by the...
You honor the chapter. Shut down their call for reinforcements. Your foes call upon their reserve forces. Throwing crack grenade.
So, you know, when you're shooting termagants, okay, and like, so for example, when they go red execute like this, and if you shoot them immediately again, they'll just juggle for a bit. So what you have to do is, like, you shoot them, you put them to execute state, and then you can shoot them again and one-shot them. Because, like, any enemy like that, or like any Minoris is in execute state like that, which is really only termagants in this game, they will be one-shot in that red state. Now, the reason for them juggling is because the initial intention of a termagon in this game was to give you armor back when you were being, like, range pelted. It's like you're supposed to close the distance, you were supposed to close the distance on them, and then you would go in, get your armor back if they were red, and that was the whole gameplay loop. Now there are way more enemies, and because of that, you need to be aware that, like, they will juggle at first. They're practically invulnerable. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're literally invulnerable. I never tested it manually, but... That's why it feels so awkward that he bolts on them. I should have done a charge shot in the zone throat. That was a mistake. You're below me.
Automated weaponry engaged. Formidable Tyranid organism terminated.
Where's this guy, dude? These guys will always get stuck on this map. Where the fuck is he? This spot in particular, dude. It turns out that like a 5x5 Minecraft hallway was not the intended geometry for current effects. So when they roar like that, that's like one of the best times in the game to set up a power gladius. Not that we have that right now, but.
mechanism destroyed. Tyranid assault suppressed. Our line holds.
Triple plasma loadout. They give us any like cool plasma perks. That's true. I should use that sim earlier. That was a little foolish of me to hold that. Kind of wasted a relic because of that, I'm pretty sure. We might have used it anyways, but you never know.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain. We are at the reactor.
Hey, is the fencing power sword on the bulwark still fine and viable? I mean, literally any weapon ever with intimidating aura is fine and viable in that class. It's bulwark, dude. That guy could probably take like a standard issue weapon with intimidating aura and be fine. What's the fencing pike? No, it's balance. Fencing pikes are pretty shit.
Tarantula is still battle-worthy. Fresh ammunition acquired. Attention, spore mines detected. Servitors, we have one last task for you.
Hear the hum of battle of my turrets. Oh shit. They're done. I'll make a sentry build next.
Brothers, have you checked this one?
You know, I feel like if they want to make the sentry perk reinforced position competitive with battlefield repairs, what they really need to do in this game is make it like an insane value. Like you to make a perk that's like just for pure damage reduction over battlefield repairs.
Yes, this servitor's eyeballs grant us access.
That'd be ridiculous, you know. And I really don't think this game's player base will complain either about OP things.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted. Advance to the plasma reactor core. Ready to advance.
Alright. This boss fight can be a little rough on the Techmarine because if you get knocked over one time on the Tyranid Prime, so they will,
must be destroyed.
it will fuck you up.
Honor our lives. Honor our chapter.
really bad for us. Ah, we start with this range back. Oh, no. Oh, boy, it's killed me. Oh. Shockingly, no. We live. If we kill him fast enough, we'll be able to go in range. Got him. Okay. One HP in a dream. That's the thing, though. See, we got knocked down one time there, and the Techmarine's knockdown time is longer than other classes, so you just lose your HP. You have no armor. That's why you have such a fat pile of armor gapping you. There you go. Thank God we have the best exit plan ever, which is called Omniscient Rush. Just do this the entire time. This final portion doesn't actually spawn Majoris on you, or like 99% of the time it doesn't, because they'll die to those explosions. It's actually a mandatory rush, okay.
This operation would have ended in a major loss for the Imperium.
Told ya. See?
Many of us thought.
Here we go.